Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this segment of Daily Bible Bites at Mount Olive Multicultural Community Church. Today is March 15th, and we're in chapter 31 of the book of Genesis. But Laban's sons were grumbling. All his wealth is at our father's expense. God now spoke to Jacob, return to the land of your fathers. So one day Jacob sent for Rachel and Leah. Your father has turned against me, he told them. You know how hard I've worked for your father. And I had a dream. The angel of God said, I am the God who met you at Bethel. Return to the land of your birth. Rachel and Leah replied, that's fine with us. So one day Jacob set his wives and sons on camels and fled with all his possessions. And Rachel stole her father's household gods. Laban didn't learn of their flight for 3 days. Then taking several men, he caught up with them at Mount Gilead. That night, God appeared to Laban in a dream. Watch out what you say to Jacob, he was told. Don't give him your blessing and don't curse him. Laban caught up with Jacob. What do you mean by sneaking off? Laban demanded. This is a strange way to act. I could crush you, but God told me be careful not to be too hard on Jacob. But why have you stolen my idols? I sneaked away because I was afraid, Jacob answered. But as for your idols, if you find a single thing we've stolen, I'll give it back without question. Rachel, remember, was the one who had stolen the idols. She had stuffed them into her camel's saddle. So although Laban searched the tents, he didn't find them. Forgive my not getting up, Father, Rachel explained, but I'm having my monthly time. Now Jacob got mad. What did you find? He demanded. 20 years I've been with you. I've worked for you through the scorching heat and the cold. Except for the grace of God, you would have sent me off without a penny. Laban replied, we will sign a peace pact and I will live by its terms. So Jacob took a stone and set it up as a monument and told his men to gather the stones and make a heap. And Jacob and Laban ate together beside the pile of rocks. This pile of stones will stand as a witness that I will not cross this line to attack you and you will not cross it to attack me. So Jacob took oath before the mighty God of his father Isaac to respect the boundary line. Then Jacob presented a sacrifice to God. All I want to pull out here is the very end, verse 53. So Jacob took oath before the mighty God of his father Isaac to respect the boundary line. We are living in a time in the United States in particular, where we've got so much division between parties, between one party and another party politically. This is not the way it is supposed to be. We just need to respect each other's boundary lines, and it's that simple. We need to take oath that we will respect each other. We may not like what the other group has done or what the other groups are doing or how one group represents themselves and how one group portrays themselves, but it's not for us to decide. We need to simply agree to disagree and move on, but work for the betterment of the entire country. If it's an organization that you're involved with and you have two groups that don't get along, agree to disagree and work for the better of the whole. Oftentimes we have issues within the church. The choir may be against the usher board or whatever group or auxiliary may be against another. Agree to disagree and move on. Respect boundary lines and move on for the greater good. That's what we need to learn to do. Stop minding other people's business so much, because no matter how hard we try, we're never going to get everyone to think like us. And who says that the way we think is the right way? There's always more than one way to get from point A to point Z. Always more than one way. And the way one group does it may not be the way another group does it, or the way one individual does it may not be the way another individual does it. But if you get to that point, and you can get to it with honesty and with integrity, then so let it be done. So be it. Let's respect each other's boundary lines, agree to disagree, work for the greater good, and all the while praise and worship God in spirit and in truth. Thank you so much for joining us for this segment of Daily Bible Bites. Come back tomorrow as we continue chapter by chapter, a chapter a day in chronological order. Thanks so much. We love you in Jesus' name. Bye-bye.